Good evening, my fellow YouTubers and model railroaders. Welcome to another edition of A&C and Scale and the Life Journey. Sorry about my voice. My throat is a little scratchy. Yeah, it is very scratchy. It's been scratchy for a couple of days. But I thought, since I can't get anywhere with my feeders because I need to buy some and I ain't got no money to buy them, I would work on some things that I could work on, i.e. my warehouse build. So, been working on it. As you can see, I put a coat of primer on everything, minus the actual building. But a couple doodads on the building I did. I will get some more primer on the stairs. I need a pointer. I'm gonna pull a Dwight. Hey Dwight, I'm pulling a Dwight. So I need to put some primer on these stairs because I'm gonna paint them concrete color, or as close as I can get. So speaking of concrete and paints and whatnot, so I know everybody has this great debate. I've used Citadel paints in the past. So long as they're not locked up when you buy them, they're all right. I don't know. I can't see giving Games Workshop, the company that owns Citadel Paints, any more of my money. And I can't see giving any of my money to Walmart. I'm sorry. I do not like their business practices. I do not like the way that they treat their employees. I do not like the fact that they have pretty much gotten rid of all of their cashiers in favor of having us do the work for us and then treat us like crooks. I have not been to a Walmart in years, and I refuse to go to one. All right. So, that said, I work with a company called that makes Monuments Paints. This is a brush-on primer. It's white, of course. It says white right there. And it's called Monuments Paint Pro Acrylic. They're really good paints. The majority of them come with mixing beads in them, so that you don't have to worry about them being locked up. They're a water-based acrylic. They're really good paints. Now, I did go to Michael's, and I bought this green paint here, Art Deco Americana. It was not that bad priced. The other reason why I've been buying this Pro Acrylic paint, this right here is bright neutral gray. I'm using it for my concrete. As you can see, I put one coat each after the primer, and it's got really good coverage. I mean, that's just one coat. And yeah, a very thin coat too, I mind you. It's good paint, man. Monuments Hobbies. And no, I'm not being compensated by this company, but I do work in a comic book and fantasy hobby shop, and we sell this paint. Now, our in-store professional painter, he uses this paint, and he really likes it. He worked really hard to get it into the store, and it sells very well. I would say that it outsells the Citadel paint at least 2 to 1, maybe 3 to 1. We have a couple other brand names of paint. We have Army Painter paint. which happens to be the guys that make this lovely triangle handled paintbrush, so it doesn't roll because it's got a flat edge. It doesn't roll. It's awesome. So it doesn't roll off of your table when you're not paying attention. The other thing about these paints is they're sealed a lot better than the Citadel paints, so they hold their moisture better. And then they have a little gasket inside of the tip, and then the tip opens like that, and then you can squeeze out the paint like that. So yeah, you can put as much or as little as you want on your palette. And I'm sorry guys, I've got an itchy spot on my belly, and I'm trying to make sure it's not one of those spots where I got stuck in the belly with some medicine. Yeah, I was, let me start from the beginning, I'm sorry. I was diagnosed with a rare form of Mediterranean anemia, low blood, low iron in the blood. So that means my blood cells don't carry oxygen as well as people who don't have anemia. So when I get anemic, which is really common for people on dialysis, I lose a lot of energy. And then of course the dialysis takes a lot of that too. So add in the fact that I'm anemic, and yeah. So yeah, I've been having to get some needles with this iron, liquid iron, put into my belly because it absorbs better there. So yeah, there's that. The other thing is I had a little scare about being evicted at the beginning of this month. The post office lost my checks. I know I probably told you this story like 3 times, but there's a reason why I'm telling it again, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to beat a dead horse. I guess one of the owners of the building passed away, and they're selling my apartment building. So usually when that happens, and I've seen this a million times, is they throw everybody out after the building's been sold, so they can do renovations. And they usually kick out the people who've been here the longest. I've been in this building 13 years, almost 14 years in August. This August coming up. So when they finally do put this building on market, my days are numbered. Hey, I'll be right back. I need to get something. I want to show you something. So I got this little mixing palette. Nothing fancy. Pretty simple, pretty easy. As you can hear little mixing balls in this primer. As I mix it up, I'm gonna go ahead and paint those stairs real quick, and then I think I'm gonna mix up one of my other bottles of paint, open it up, and get some paint on my vents on the roof. I'm sitting here gabbing. Sorry. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I've been looking for apartments. Being on disability is not the greatest thing when you're a guy. And especially when you don't look too disabled. And I don't look too disabled, unfortunately. Luckily, I had my part-time job fall in my lap. My one of my best friends, he decided he didn't want to do the job he was doing anymore, and he decided to open up a franchise business. That franchise business happens to be a fantasy gaming and comic book store. So I'm a big nerd. Yes, I love trains. I also love comic books and gaming and everything and anything else that I can get into, because that's just me. I love it. 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 But I still don't make enough to live on my own in today's economy. Now, because I went back to work and because I was in the military, I get a decent disability check. I've worked lots of good jobs. And before my kidneys failed. So yeah, I'm not bragging, it's just a matter of fact. So yeah, and hold on 1 second, I'll be right back again. I'm sorry guys, sorry. All right, so another tip I picked up when you're painting, use distilled water, because regular tap water will make your paint clump. Distilled water doesn't have any minerals in it, and the minerals in the tap water will, like I said, make your paint clump on your brush and on your product. So when you go to rinse out your brushes, use distilled water. It's a good tip. I learned that from a professional painter, model painter, not like a house painter, but model painter, and it's a really good tip. All right, hold on 1 second. I gotta find this other bottle of paint. I know I got a mess. I got a mess. Where I do my work. In front of the television. It's not on right now because it's very loud and my furnace is loud. And I am not a smoker. I'm sorry if anybody is, but it really drives me nuts. It just seems like I can't get away from it. But yeah. So let me see. I don't know if I. Yeah, I did. All right. So I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can. See that little white ring? That's a little gasket to help make sure that the paint doesn't come out too much when you open up the tip. There, it's open, and now I already put a good coat of primer on those fixtures on the roof, so they're ready for paint. They've been dried for a while, so we're going to get that on there. All right. So this is a silver, a dark silver, to kind of like I want to try and make it look like it's been up there for a while, because you know these things turn. They're either black or they are aluminum, and then from being out in the weather, they turn black. So this dark silver will make it kind of shiny. And as you can see, look, this is one coat. Very little paint on this brush, and I'm getting really good coverage. So I don't have to use a whole lot of this. I'm going to have to turn this a little bit so I can get to the other side. And I'm going to adjust the camera. Hold on one second. See if I can get this to adjust up. Or at least, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm destroying everything. Ah, my glue. Quit falling. Stay sticky glue. So, yeah. So I've just been thinking of ideas to do. For videos, and like I said, these paints are fairly inexpensive. I get a discount, of course, but they're $4.50 where I work. I'm sure they're $4.50 pretty much everywhere else, and it's a 22 milliliter bottle, which is a heck of a lot more than Games Workshop. And like I said, I mean, the coverage is pretty darn good. You know, I kind of slopped this on here and on this little piece, and I'll show you in a second. And I'm getting it everywhere now. I'm sorry. The good thing is, I don't have shaky hands. I just can't see sometimes. All right. Ah, I'm losing it. All right. There we go. Now, of course, if this were a hot tar roof, that little bit of dark silver paint wouldn't matter on that piece. It would pretty much instantly disappear. So, but yeah, just wanted to get a little painting done. Like I said, you really should use some distilled water. It really does help clean out the clumps in your brushes a lot better. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm done for now. I gotta let that primer dry a little more, and then I'm gonna paint those stairs gray, but I know I'm gonna save that for another video. And the green, I'll continue painting that too in the next video. I won't make you watch paint dry, that's just cruel. But everybody have a great rest of your week, and God bless.